Hi, this is Craig Dellinger with the review of the best lightweight inflatable sleeping pads for ProLite Gear. We had our buyers take a look at all the lightweight inflatable sleeping pads that are currently available in the market. And we selected 7 of them, which are hanging on the wall behind me here, to do in-depth reviews of and compare them side by side. And it's when you get them side by side that the differences really start to jump out. One of these pads was so good compared to the other pads that we unanimously elected to give it our Premium Performance Award. And that's the Thermarest NeoAir X-Therm, which is this pad here. It just has superior warmth to weight ratio with an R factor of 5.7 for a 15-ounce sleeping pad. And we looked at our warranty database, and there are 0 problems to report with regards to warranty. So even though it's a really lightweight pad, it's not one of these really fragile pads that you need to be concerned about. If it does patch, or if it does pop, or get a hole in it, I've put up a review on how to really easily do a quick field repair on those using tenacious tape. Some of the other things we liked about that pad, it's just, Thermarest has the engineering just dialed in on these NeoAirs, where they're using these triangular baffles inside the baffle structure that's visible on the outside to really create over 100 small individual cells, which reduce the thermal gradient inside each cell and really do a great job restricting or reducing the amount of thermal currents that are happening inside those pads. In addition, they're using some reflective technology to help reflect the radiant heat that your body is emitting. We go into all those into detail in the in-depth reviews for each of these sleeping pads, so be sure to check those out. I also want to talk about quickly the Thermarest NeoAir Trekker, because we gave that our Best Value Award. And although this pad is expensive at $130, it still strikes the best balance of warmth, weight, durability, comfort, and price when compared to the other sleeping pads. So our Best Value Award goes to the Thermarest NeoAir Trekker. I want to talk real quickly about why we didn't include climate pads. We know the guys at Climate. We like what they're doing. They're really innovative with their product designs. And we're dealers for them. We've sold a lot of their pads. We've also got a lot of their pads returned to us by customers once they've got them in the field. Climate uses body mapping technology, which is great as long as you're laying perfectly on that pad in the exact position that they've designed those body mapped portions to accommodate. It's when you turn to your side or you get off-centered or scooted down or up on the pad that we run into real problems, and that's where the customer dissatisfaction came back to us from users once they got those into the field. They're a great price point. They're really lightweight. The designs are just a little bit fringe, and we suggest you hold off another year or two and let them kind of refine their design philosophy on some of those pads a bit. We've just had too many of them returned once customers have purchased them. I also want to talk about the big Agnes pads real quickly. There's a couple misconceptions in the market. One of them is that the thicker the pad, the warmer the pad. This big Agnes double Z pad is 4 inches thick, yet it only has an R value, or a thermal resistant value, of 1.5. R values range from 1 to 9.5. So a pad that has an R value of 1.5 is going to give you very little thermal resistance when using it in the field. In fact, we advise that our customers only use this pad if the minimum nighttime temperatures are not going to fall below 50 degrees. We've had customers push it to the mid-40s, but they report they get a little uncomfortable by doing that. In terms of the thickness of the pad, I think there's diminishing returns beyond 2.5 inches. You need the pad thick enough so that you don't bottom out when laying on the pad, but beyond that, it's kind of wasted space unless you're doing something really innovative with it. And there's downsides to making a pad this thick. By making a pad 4 inches thick, you're starting to really restrict using it with bivy sacks or some of the smaller lightweight shelters that we sell here. If you think about that, you've got the floor of the shelter and you've got these angled sidewalls. By raising the pad, by raising your body off the ground, you're starting to encroach on those sidewalls, thereby reducing the effective floor space inside that shelter. So while these pads are comfortable, several customers reported that they were just too thick, and especially disliked when their arms fell off the pads. There's just too great a distance between the top of the pad and the floor, and so they find them kind of uncomfortable from that respect. I found them very difficult to stay on because they are so thick. As soon as I got off to the side of the pad a little bit, I was falling completely off the pad. I tried both those pads for 2 different nights while camping recently, and I found myself waking up in the middle of the night in both times because I had fallen off of these pads. So I think it's innovative that they're making them thick, but I don't think they need to be this thick. Let's talk about the Exped pads real quickly. They're using synthetic insulation and down insulation. There's downsides to using synthetic or down insulation inside a pad, mainly that you want to not blow them up with your mouth whenever possible, because you're blowing humid air into there, and all those surface areas that are in there for the down or synthetic insulation are trapping those water molecules, giving them something to cling to. And so over a multi-day trip, you're starting just to build up too much moisture inside these pads by doing that. They do make external pumps that come with these pads, and the down mat actually ships with a pump, but we'll go into detail on those in the in-depth reviews, why we still don't think those are great solutions. So I think that wraps this up for right now. I'm going to put a link to the article in the description below. If you're watching this video over on YouTube, be sure to check that out. I've put all the features and specifications for all these pads side by side in that article, and included links to all the videos. As always, if you have any questions, please give us a call, area code 406-582-0508, or send us an email to info@ProLiteGear.com. Thanks for watching, and thank you for subscribing to our channel.